Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Johnny. My customers often ask me what resources I use to do my job. I'm a technical specialist. I've done solution architecture and enterprise architecture for many, many years. And I often lean on these resources that I'm excited to share with you here today. Now, obviously, there are plenty more, but I think of these as the channel for me to then divest and invest in other areas on this massive technological landscape. So I love these resources. They're always on my mind every time I think about solutions and building solutions on top of Azure. Starting out is the Cloud Adoption Framework. This is called CAF in short, CAF. This is the golden book, the Bible of all things cloud. 0 to 100. If you're not doing anything, don't remember anything from this video, please check out CAF. And also, let me know in the comments if I haven't mentioned it. Let me know in the comments what resources you use as an architect for Azure or any cloud for that particular reason. So CAF has guidance, recommendations, best practices, patterns, you name it. Strategic, plan, ready, migrate, innovate, secure, manage, and govern. What else do you need to run a cloud, right? This is perfect. So start here. Next, I'll share is the well-architected framework. CAF is super high level. The well-architected framework, or WAF, is focused on a workload, a vertical, or a solution. That's it. Solution area. Think of CAF as high level. Think of WAF as very focused, niche solution, specific solution, or a specific workload. Here we have pillars, we call them. We have cost optimization pillar, security, reliability, operational excellence, and performance efficiency. If you're thinking about your architecture, you want to make sure you are meeting all these requirements. This is the place to start with. Now, not just that, we have an assessment tool included in WAF. One of those assessments is a go live, well architected review. Have fun with it and let me know what you think. Third is the architecture center. So now we're getting really close to the metal, right? The customer is coming at you with some business challenges, requirements, a pie in the sky, whichever direction they're going. And you want to put together a solution architecture that meet those challenges with technology. Well, you come to the right place, the Azure Architecture Center. First things first, browse the sample Azure architectures. There are plenty of them. I'm not going to go through it. I'll provide the link in the description. You have fun. Other than browsing the Azure architecture, cloud best practices. All right, so this is all in the Azure Architecture Center documentation. This is loads of incredible information. There is a ton of experience in here. I love everything in here. Every other day I go through, there is a choice I need to make. Which database should I choose? Which Azure service? Which messaging service? Right? A service bus. Oh gosh, there's an event hub, an event grid. Which one should I use? Look at this here. Choose compute, choose container, choose hybrid. I'll just show you one of them, just for the sake of showing you. Compares, so for example, comparing containers, right? ACI, Azure Container Instance, Azure Web App for Containers, ACA, Azure Container Apps, AKS, Azure Kubernetes Services. All these things are in here, you guys. So this is amazing, amazing, unbelievable. You're building a mission critical application, loads of best practices and guidance. You're doing API design first, have fun. So CAF, WAF, Azure Architecture Center. Now, before I forget, pretty much almost every architecture in here, what you have is you have a Visio. Some of them have Visio files. As an architect, you're struggling to put some icons and all that. You got a Visio file in here. You have a data flow, all the components used in an architecture, and a lot of them have GitHub repos. So have fun. Okay. Number 4, you've got yourself an architecture and you're like, all right, I got something to go with. Well, don't forget, every service has a limit. So always make sure to check out the subscription and service limits with quotas and constraints. API management, the hot topic of these days. Look at this. Limits. Maximum number of scale units, 31 per region. Maximum request payload size, 1 gigabyte. I can run through the HTTP request. Yeah, have fun with this. All right. I'm loading you up with resources. Okay? Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to dig into any of these. I would love to do another video. Don't forget about compliance and security. Here is another amazing resource. And one I like is compliance offerings. So now you've got your architecture, you're thinking you've got it, you've got your limits set, your quotas, it's looking really good. You may want to check on compliance. If you happen to have any regulatory and compliance requirements, you want to head over to the Microsoft Trust Center. These are all the certifications that the Microsoft Cloud has. Any of those has and provides an audit, a third-party audit report that you can download and talk to your legal and compliance officer about it. All right, sorry, I'm running through this really quickly. Just want to test this video to see how long it takes to run to these resources. All right, next is Azure Updates. So these are roadmaps, these are updates, these could be preview features, now available like GA, generally available, or in development features. RSS feed and subscribe so you know what's up with Azure with the Azure Updates. If you happen to be someone who's interested in pricing that solution architecture you put together, well, the pricing calculator is a resource I use. One particular thing you would like to see, I love it, if you're interested or interesting in it, is example scenarios. So in here, if I'm going to do web apps or containers, or I've got real-time analytics with event hubs and stream analytics, I can head over here, add to the estimate right here, and look, I've got all the resources ready to be calculated for me. And I can turn around and I say, yep, 19,600. Let me go ahead and configure this some more and figure out if this is something I'm interested in doing. Azure Calculator. All right, now we're getting close to, you've got almost what you need as an architect. Don't leave the code behind. Always, I would say 25% of your time should be dedicated on learning the craft and digging deeper. You don't want to hand over an architecture and hand it over and not knowing what these components do or how they behave. You want to get your hands a little dirty. And to do that, you want to head over to this code sample repository. And there is a ton. I just ticked the box for Azure. I mean, if you're doing anything AI, Chat GPT, of course, everybody's doing this today. Here we go. Chat GPT with enterprise data. I've got it in .NET and JavaScript. I mean, yeah, forget it. All kinds of stuff. From this point on, now you're thinking, all right, I've got some time over left in my week, and which I doubt it. But if you've got any time left over in your week, you're looking at your certifications. I'm sure you know this. If you don't, here it is. Thank you. Give me a like or subscribe to this channel. If you're a solution architect, you want to look at these exams. Well, if I'm looking here, I'm like, okay, infrastructure solutions, tab this one. Azure Solutions, I like it. Let's start here. You're a solution architect. This is where you go. These are the exams I'm going to do. And you're going to love this. Learning paths. AZ305 learning path. Let's take a look at one. Look at this, guys. This is a learning path with all these modules. What else do you want? And I've got that in another video. There are practice exams. There is a practice exam. Where is my practice exam, guys? Right here. Free practice exams. 50 questions for AZ305 for free. Yep, have fun. Now you're bored. I'm talking to you 10 minutes. I don't know how long this is going to go. All right. If you want some videos, you're on the couch and you want to watch YouTube and videos, these are the set of channels that I go to if I want to learn something or get reminded of something. Azure Friday. Don't forget your buddy Scott. Donovan is awesome. And Laura's awesome. Don't forget these guys. Incredible information. Scott usually brings in the best to this in here. Next, Microsoft Mechanics. Subscribe, like, go crazy. That's another resource I use. And of course, John, very well known in the industry. This is John. He's been doing this for a while. Check him out. This is all things Azure, the entire pillar, everything there. Data, infrastructure, you think it, he's doing it. If you're a podcast dude, the Azure Podcast, right? That's my go-to Azure Podcast. Use this if you're driving, if you're on the iTunes. These guys are awesome, hilarious, bring in the best. PG, GBBs, everybody shows up in here. And lastly, the Azure Blog. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, talk too fast. Let me know, like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what do you like to see next? And if you're an architect and you also use these resources, or you have other resources you want to share with the community, please let me know in the comments below. And thank you very much for listening. Have fun. Peace.